What up, y'all? It's your boys from Manifest Monday
We here.
live. You know what I
We
mean?
here.
Welcome to Manifest Monday. This is episode 48. Man, we've been doing this 48 weeks strong.
Mates.
We ain't missed 1 week, man. We might have had to pivot a day here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we ain't missed 1 week for almost a year, bro. We was adamant about not missing that either,
Right.
man. So
Mm-hmm.
Right.
man, yo, shout out to us for the discipline, man. We wanted to kind of, I think one of the first episodes we ever did, we was talking about discipline and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that we had this discipline and consistency this for almost a whole year, bro, that shit is dope, man. That
That's
Right.
it,
shit is
man.
dope.
And then
So
I
shout
think
out to that.
what I
Oh,
was
go ahead.
gonna say,
Did you?
over time it's getting easier. I think the more we do it, just like it's flow naturally, right? Because before I
Facts.
like, oh, what am I gonna talk about today? Being a little nervous,
Facts.
not knowing what to talk about, but now I feel like over time it's like you're doing it so much now you just get comfortable. It's like turn on the
Exactly.
camera, man. I don't care where I'm at.
Yeah,
Turn on the
what up?
damn camera.
Let's
Like,
run it.
just give
Let's
me
That's
the
run
it.
it,
mic.
man.
I'll be all right.
He said I'm bomb regardless. So
Come on. I
That
do remember the
part.
first couple episodes. I was gonna be like, how is this gonna feel? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like this,
Right.
Now
Right.
I feel like I think everybody that's hopped on with us has told us offline that they was like, y'all are just so natural. And I was like, it's not like it was just like that, but it got better every week.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Bro,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie though. Like I noticed at work, my presentation skills have gotten so much
mine
better,
too, bro. I
insanely
honestly, a
better.
hundred percent. 100%, bro. I be taking over meetings sometimes. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? Like, I got this one. You know what I mean?
right.
Like,
It's so
watch out.
smooth, bro. Cause I don't even stress about like before like public speaking, right? You're a little nervous,
Yeah,
bro. Doing my meetings and presentations, I'm not even nervous no more. I just like I'm
yeah.
doing a podcast, it's just like easy, like flow and everything. I'm like, damn, I can attribute that to just being consistent, doing this every week.
This shit
It's
it
like
actually really did help, huh?
a lot,
Bro, I could attest the same exact thing, bro. This
a
shit,
lot.
like in just different meetings that I've been having, it's just easier to just tap in and just, you know what I mean? It's like you can make it flow, and you
Right.
can kind of direct the conversation
Correct.
because we do
Right.
that often. You know what I
Because
mean?
it takes
So
listening,
It
right? Because you gotta listen, before you just want to like tell. You gotta like actually listen and understand, and then
right,
articulate your thoughts.
mm-hmm.
So I was like, damn,
right.
no wonder
it's
why I be
it's
thinking about my work lately. Because my presentation skills got a lot better. So.
yeah.
That's what's up.
It's helped me with my speaking too, because I keep track of like the things that I struggle with. For instance, I say like a lot, and
Right.
that's definitely something that I've realized, and it just helps you stay mindful of those things. So it just helps you in all aspects when it comes to communicating.
Hey, bro, I just want
That's
to
a fact.
say your speech at Anthony funeral is great, bro. Just
Oh,
want to
thank
let you know.
you, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
Same,
listen,
bro. I
appreciate
did
man.
that.
watch. I watched it too, man, and
Yeah.
to not even have a mic and to deliver it
Right.
with that much power, bro. That
Everything.
was dope, man. I
It was
forgot to
good.
tell you that, man.
Yeah. Shout
That
out to
was
you.
that was heavy, man.
I
Shout out to
appreciate
you, man.
y'all
That was
for real.
dope.
And
No, he
shout
was
out to
proud to
Cruz,
see that,
man.
bro. Shout out.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're getting into it this week, man. And we got a topic that we felt like everybody needs to hear this week, man.
hmm
It's something that we talk about a lot. And the topic for this week is adding value. You know what I'm saying? And what we mean by that is just in every situation that we're in, really, um, there's something there's like a ongoing thing, and I think it's just like I don't know that social media era and the transactional era that everybody's just looking to take so much from anything it is, whether that's business relationship, personal relationships, friendships. People are kind of looking like, what can I get out of it? And I get it; it's a capitalist society, right?
hmm
But we want to talk today kind of about like what it's like to give value and add value to every situation that you're in and how that can play out, man. So um let's kick it off like that, man. What do y'all think is the importance of adding value, and why do you think most people don't go into situations like that?
I'll start, bro. I'll say just for me personally, I think whoever you come in contact with, whatever you do, your goal as a person is to make that thing better. And that's kind of like for me, it's like when I meet people in my life, job, business, my goal is to make whatever things that I'm getting into partnership to improve, make people life better. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what it's here. That's what we're here for, to add
hmm
value in each other's lives. And I think, like you said, other people, most people are not doing that because we're just so focused on what are we going to get out of it. I would say being selfish,
Right.
right? And it takes time because at one point I remember I was selfish, or about me at one point, right? It's just I need to get my needs, I need to get everything from out of it. But I realized whenever you get into anything with that mindset, it doesn't serve you better.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, yeah, you might get your needs met, and then the other person might struggle, right? But because they're not getting their needs met. But over time, it doesn't last long. That relationship is not healthy. It's not
Hmm.
sustainable because at the end of the day, you're gonna realize, man, I'm the one who always pouring into this person, and I'm not getting nothing in return. So it's never lasts, right? You might benefit from a short period of time, but over time it doesn't last. And I realized that if I'm trying to like build meaningful relationship in business, my personal life, family, I gotta add value. That should be my
Absolutely.
focus. How can I make this person life better while I'm being here? How can I help them? Because at the end of the day, I think once you get going anything with that, once you get into anything with that mindset, people automatically gonna like reciprocate that too, bro.
Hmm.
And I believe, so I think nowadays we just don't care about that, right? We just want, I just want this for me, and it just comes
Hmm.
from just people just being a lot selfish, all
Yep.
about themselves. I would say,
Agreed. I think you bring up a good point, DG. You said uh, how to be of service, and
right,
that's a thing that I don't think a lot of people think of initially. Everyone's how I can be served, right? How can you serve me? But a lot of people don't come out the gate like, how can I be of service? And so I think you make a very valid point with that. Coming out the gate with just adding value and contributing, right? Figuring out how you can be of service and how you can um, just be influential to other people, I think is important. And so I think overall, in the importance of just adding value is it makes you a very unforgettable person, right?
right,
Because when you're always showing up and always being of value in every situation, whether that's from a professional standpoint, from a personal standpoint, whatnot. When you're always showing up when your number is called, right? It makes you hard to forget. It's just like, man, like, yo, DG, P, they show up each and every time, man.
right,
And it's just like the first time, whenever an opportunity comes up, or who am I going to call first? It's probably the person who showed up for me each and every time.
right,
Those types of things, and when you reciprocate that, right? Even when you throw the oop too, when you can be of service, right? We talk about it all the time. P is the master ooper. He be throwing oops to everybody.
moment.
But that makes you also that and we go slam it home every time, and that makes you think of just every opportunity that crosses your mind, that crosses your table. It's like, okay, I want to pay that forward, and I want to repay that. And it's not necessarily that I'm going out of my way or like keeping track of each and every time somebody did something for me, but it
right.
just makes those people stand out when you do remember all the people who add value to your life. And honestly, the older that we get, I'd only want to be around valuable people, right?
Facts, facts.
Because your time is the most invaluable thing that we have, right? So it's like, why would I want to spend my time with anyone who isn't valuable in my
Right,
life?
right.
Especially as the older we get, we weed out all that bullshit. So I think that's it. That's the importance of being valuable, is just understanding that you can't be forgettable.
Right.
And just to even add to that, bro, when you surround yourself with people of value, you naturally want to add it back.
Right.
Hmm.
I honestly think when it becomes the norm, like it's like you want to add that value back. It's like I don't even feel right when everybody if everybody in my crew is like hooking me up and I just was never doing nothing.
Right.
That
Hmm.
would be crazy. That would
Right.
just be crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's something big about just as you grow, like you said, your time being so much more valuable, and then the people that you are around, you want them to hold that same value. So when they're around, it only makes sense for you to be a person of value. And I think a lot of people, um, I think a lot of people want to be a person of value, right? But sometimes they don't necessarily know how to, right?
Hmm.
I
Right.
think I think they want to, and they just don't. I don't think nobody like in their mind. Well, maybe somebody does, right? But I think most people don't want to just go into things like I just want to be a freeloader.
Right.
You
Hmm.
know what I
Right.
mean? They want to at least or add value, but they, sometimes they just don't know how to,
Right.
man. So
That's
that's kind of what I
true.
want to roll into next. But
I
Before
was
I do, I
saying,
want to shout out to Tracy real quick, real quick. She
right,
said, you need to have a career. Not all the time. Our mindset gets us to where we want to get. Sometimes our minds gets us to the wrong things. It depends. Um, I need you to explain that, Tracy. But I think on the bigger scale of things, though, I do feel you like sometimes you might be maybe you're talking about like adding value to the wrong
right,
things, but
right,
I honestly think adding value is a trait that it doesn't matter if you add value to the wrong thing because eventually it will be the right thing. So it's
Hmm.
right,
just a trait to develop in general, right? If you're adding value to the wrong person, eventually that wrong person will fall out and you'll find the next person and you know what I mean?
Hmm.
You'll
right,
be adding value to the right person. And if it's a job and you add value there, eventually you will be adding value. So I think it's just a trait to just work on, period, of just adding value wherever you at. You know what I mean? And being proud of that, man. So
right.
let's talk about that a little bit though, man. For y'all, what is a person of value and how can you be one?
That's a good question.
I mean,
uh,
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
B.
No, go ahead,
No,
DJ.
I think a personal value, man, to me is just like trying to make whatever it's like. I read this great book. It's like whatever you touch is turned to gold, right? That's
The
your
Alchemist.
mindset, right? Not the Archimate. It's in that too, right? But I think another book that I read just talks about whatever you touch is just turned to gold. It's like you just want to make things better. You just want to improve whatever situation you're in. If you're at a job, you look for ways like how can I make this job better? Like if you're in a relationship, how can I make this relationship better?
Hmm.
Even thing with our podcast, what can we do to make this better? You're always seeking ways to improve things, right?
Hmm.
Because I believe whenever you're stagnant, stagnation is death, right? Whenever you're stagnant at anything, you don't grow. That's death. So a person of value to me is that person who always looking for ways to like better things in the people around them, to see people better than what they how they met them, and to me that's the personal value to me. And to become that person is just look at your current life. You just start with yourself first, right? I believe once you start to improve your life and add more value to your life, have a set of higher standards for yourself, that start to like transfer over to other areas of your life, and then the people around you like start to benefit because they have a higher standard. Like this is how I do things. Like everyone, I hold my friends to a certain level. You know, if we were friends, I want to make you better. If
Hmm.
you start a business, like how can I help you? It's not like why can I get out of you? End of the day, like sometimes I know you have friends, y'all will go out and y'all do things together, right? And then some person, like when it comes to like paying, they're like, I don't want to do this, man. You know, that person,
Yeah.
that personal value is like, bro, how can we like help each other? Because at the end of the day, if we're in the same
Yep.
circle, our growth is to grow together. And one thing I've seen other people do is like, other people like themselves to be the top and everyone else around them to be at the bottom.
Hmm.
And to me, that's not a personal value. If you just want to be the head and everyone around you in your circle are worse than you, you're not a person of value because the person of value uplift their community. They want to see
Hmm.
everybody become better because at the end of the day, if Z is better, you better, I'm better. Like at the end of the day, if I'm struggling, I can reach out to you. Like, hey, Ramond, I'm working on this business idea, bro. I need like 50K. Help me out. You can do that because now you're a person of value, like sense from a financial standpoint. So I think the person of value just helps to like elevate their entire circle
Yeah.
and the people around them.
Agreed. Agreed. I think you hit that on the money, DG, is I think a person of value is someone who's selfless, right? I
Right,
think it's someone who thinks outside the scope of themselves because a lot of people can get caught up in tunnel vision, right? And only think about what is beneficial to only them and maybe their immediate circle. But I think when you think of things outside of the scope of yourself and even outside of the scope of like your direct people, right? How can I be beneficial and how can I be of aid to people, right? How can I uplift? You mentioned the DG. How can I uplift people? I think when you approach it from like we mentioned earlier that mindset of being of service, I think that's what contributes to being a person of value. Just understanding that like I, I, when all is said and done, man, I just want to like make the world a better place.
right,
And if that's one person at a time, one circle at a time, one opportunity at a time, hey, like I said, I'm gonna show up each and every time my number is called, regardless of what it is and what capacity. If you need me to, you know, mow the lawn, if you need me to go out and close a business deal, if you need me to DJ and shut down a whole fucking party, I'm
right,
gonna show up each and every time because
Right.
I know at the end of the day, if I keep showing up, regardless, and doing it from a very genuine place, my time will come.
Fact.
Because I think you think of it from a perspective, because everybody comes in with the mentality of, oh, what can I get out of this? What can I get out of this?
Right.
But just because somebody else's number is called and yours may not be, that doesn't mean that your time isn't coming.
Fact.
So I'm gonna still be here to support each and every person that's around me. If my bro's number is called, cool. I'm here, bro. How can I support you? What can I do to help you in this situation? Because I know at the end of the day, it will be my turn and my number will be called. And that's when you talk about reciprocity. Uh, People recognize that, right? And people
Right.
want to reciprocate that. And it's just like, man, thank you for being there for me. Now I want to return the favor, right? And it's not, like I said, it's not like you're keeping track of each and
Right.
every time someone shows up for you, but it's just like that unlimited giving when you just give limitlessly. Now, I'm not saying you should just always be giving all the time, because
Right.
you
Right.
can give way too much of yourself,
Fact.
and I think you have to be strategic with how much you give and
Right.
who you give to. But I think when you show up in genuine spaces in genuine places and spaces for the people that you want to be there for, those people in turn remember that and want to reciprocate that. And so I think that's how you be a person of value is, yeah, just like I said, just being selfless and thinking outside the scope of yourself.
Right.
I'd even add to that, man. Because I mean, you guys say that I hate answering questions last if we're on the same page, because it's like I'm about to say exactly what y'all said. But the truth is the simple part of that is just going into things like, what can I give instead of what can I get?
Fact.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I think that's when I think about like how to be a person of value, is kind of like thinking what you got, whatever, your skill is or wherever your specialty is, you know what I mean? Step into that situation like, what can I do to add to this, man? And it might not always be the biggest thing, right? Like it
Right.
might not always be the heavy lifting of it, but there's always something that you can do, man. I think I read a book and it was talking about somebody that wanted to work at like a record label, right? And before he started working there, he just started going there every day and just sweeping the front.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until they finally just gave him an internship. Then he worked hard on the internship all the way up to being like a record executive. You know what I mean? Because he was just adding value all the way up. But it just started by just going somewhere that he actually wanted to be and adding value. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's important to kind of know what you got and then just go in
Hmm.
there with the mentality of what can I give
Hmm.
to the
Right.
situation.
Hmm.
And there's one piece I wanted to add to this, man. Sometimes there's nothing specific skill wise that you can add to it,
Right.
but you can always add vibes to a
Always,
situation, man.
man.
We
Right.
talk about this. We talk about this all the time. Like if if I walk into a room full of like software developers or something like that, and they like coding an app, I can't sit down and be like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, hey, put this code in. I wouldn't know what I was doing in there, but I for sure could probably give them some like vision on something and provide vibes.
Right.
Yep.
I can go in there, you know what I'm saying, with a 12 pack of Krispy Kreme, like, yo, man, y'all look hungry, man. Get you a donut, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all good?
Yeah.
You good? What's up with you, baby? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's important to just know that they're in every room. I think Tracy was hitting this on a little bit. It's like sometimes not having self-worth in things, and maybe it is hard to give people like to add value when you don't necessarily value yourself in
Fact.
some way. So I
Yeah,
think
it's hard. Yeah,
so
I agree.
I like what she was saying in there, but the piece of it is just always knowing that you got something of value.
Hmm.
Right.
And even
Hmm.
if that's vibes, man, like I said, man, is nobody in the world, I would almost stand on this. I don't think nobody in the world wants to be in a room actively with bad vibes.
Right.
I don't think. Maybe there is somebody that's like, man, I just love that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love bad vibes and attitudes. Maybe there is, but I think most people in the world is like, yo, I want to be around good vibes
Right.
all the way up from
Yeah.
any level that you at. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So at the
Yeah.
very least, go into that situation like I'm gonna provide vibes,
Yeah.
man. So
Right. I
Yeah. So a
agree.
couple of things, two things. Shout out to Tracy. You will be on the episode one time. I know she was saying she can't just be right all the time. We would love to have you.
Hey, come on
Secondly,
live. Yeah, send an
you see what I'm
invite.
saying?
Yeah, send
You
an
are
invite.
welcome anytime, but we can actually like hash things out and bring you on, because we always love having additional voices on here
Yeah,
to
send an
Especially
invite for
communicate
people to
with,
get
women,
on.
man. Or especially
especially
women. We love
women.
when we got the women.
Expect
We love when we get the women
we
voices
love having
on.
the ladies on here, man. And
Yeah,
also, secondly, I think another piece of adding value is knowing yourself. More than
right,
anything, you have to know yourself because you know how you're going to bring
right,
value. And just like you
right.
said, you don't always know exactly what you can add to each and every situation. There have been rooms that I've been in, and I was just like, I probably had no business being in that room. But guess what they caught? A vibe. A vibe was caught. A vibe was caught. You see what I'm saying? So I think when you just know yourself and know your strengths and your weaknesses, right? You know how you can show up and be of service and show up and how to be your best, but also how to not set yourself up for failure too. Because it's
Right,
just like, man, I ain't got no business doing none of that, but like I know y'all are gonna catch these motherfucking vibes each and every time, though. So
right,
I know that we're master vibe setters,
right.
so we could do that each and every time.
And I agree. And to add one more thing, I would say be genuine, right? Because at the end of the day,
Hmm.
if you are faking it or if you're just doing things to get certain things, most people gonna notice that they're gonna be like, man, you just doing this to just get that. So just be genuine. Don't just get into things because I'm trying to get something out of it. Like Ramond mentioned that earlier, right? It's funny because I had this scenario. I remember this when I went to a club back there. I was talking to this girl, and it was just me and all her pretty friends. We were all out. And I noticed that dudes were coming to me and saying what's up to me, right? But I know they weren't being genuine. They were just trying to like be my friends. They were just coming to
Yeah,
talk to me so they could talk to the other girl.
yeah,
And that's what like spot and like, bro, really
yeah,
it just seems so
Yep.
fake, like
Yeah.
showing me
Yeah.
love. But I know why you're showing me love because you just want to like, just come over there. So at the end
He
of the
want
day,
to holler.
most yeah.
He want to holler.
that's a fact.
He said, "I'm Bob too." He said, "I'm Bob too. Let me join, man."
Hey, man, what we doing?
Very funny, bro. And dude, I was like, bro, let me get you a drink. You know what I'm saying? And I was
That's
like, I don't drink.
that's
Yeah.
hilarious,
And
bro.
it was funny. I mean, I appreciate that, but you can just kind of like tell, like, it's like the fakeness
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, he just wanted me to like invite him to the section, So he was trying to be cool with me because I was the only guy with like 5 girls. He's like, why is he over here? Like, why can't I join? And
Yeah.
that's why it made me thought about it. Just be genuine, man. Sometimes I feel like people like, will suspect that you just want to like do certain things to get certain things out of it.
Hey, Mickey said, "Come on, man, I do the
Mickey
same."
said, "Don't be
Hey,
giving out my." Mickey
to
said,
be
"Don't be giving out my game, man."
hey,
Hold up.
to be fair, I might have done the same one
That's
time in my
what I'm
life
Yeah,
too.
saying.
Like,
absolutely.
hey, what up, Playboy? You good? Like, you
Hey,
good? Like, you good,
let
man?
me get you a drink,
Like,
Playboy.
y'all good, man? Like, who's who in this situation?
Right,
What's
who's
going on
who?
over here?
No, it was nice because he asked me, he was like, which one is yours? He asked me, which one is yours?
Hey, at least he asked.
He
That's
did.
that's
That's a
courtesy
fact.
right there.
That's a
Right,
That's
fact.
courtesy right
that's why I
there.
talked to him, right? But at the end of the day, you can just tell, like, it was like, oh, fake love. It wasn't real love. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because I was like,
yeah.
the
yeah,
energy, I knew it was kind of fake.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
And
So imagine,
real
like,
quick, shout out to Marco and shout out to Templates, man. We out here.
bro, for some reason, I'm not seeing the comments, so I'm going to get out and get back in Z. I'm not seeing anything. I'm stuck. All right,
All
let me
right.
back in.
iPhone shit, of course,
Nah,
but
hold up, man. Nah, we not doing that.
hey,
We not doing that.
man, shout out to Moody popping in.
Shout
Shout
out
out to Marco.
to,
Shout out to
yeah.
Mickey, man. I feel you,
Shout
man.
out to Mickey.
Yeah, what y'all
Shout
drinking?
out to
I
Johnny.
was coming with that same. That's how you see. Mickey's a real one though. That's how you add value though. What
That's
y'all
it.
drinking,
That's
man?
it.
Hey, this next round on me, man. You know what I'm saying? It
Hmm.
might, back in the day, it might have been Wells tequila, but it's gonna be something though. You know, you know what I mean? It's gonna be
It's
something
gonna
though.
be
That's what's
something.
up.
All right, I'm back. It's much better now. I can see the comment live. That's crazy.
You can see the comments now.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
I can see the comments because yeah,
Look, y'all always be having problems, man. I'm gonna need y'all to upgrade y'all's phones, get that situated, because y'all always be having problems.
Man,
Y'all stay having
Z
problems.
got a new phone and he want to talk down to everybody, man.
Nah, hold on. Since all 48 of these weeks, if you look at every time I hosted, there was no issues.
Come on, except for that phone dying. That
Even
phone
when
died a couple times,
hey,
boy.
hey, hey, sometimes you just forget a player be forgetting to charge his phone sometimes. That's how that be
yeah.
happening.
Players
Hey,
can fuck up. Players fuck up.
I'm gonna give you that though, Z. Y'all phone back consistent.
You
I'm gonna
see
give
what
you
I'm
that.
saying?
Fact.
Even this
Yeah.
was before I got the new phone, so
Yeah,
I'm like, look, man,
yeah.
I've been just as my phone been as consistent as us on here, man. So I
Fact.
just need y'all to know that.
Hey, you add
Some,
value, brother. I'm not
You
gonna
see
lie.
what I'm saying?
That thing is adding value, man.
That thing.
So my question for you guys is like, what do you think? Most people just go into situations, just always focusing on themselves, not the other person. What do you guys think is that?
I think it's because of society.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
Elaborate. What do you
what
think?
I think what we're driving in today's age, especially in social media and stuff like that, is I think we drive a very selfish culture, and it's always just like what I can get and how I can benefit from this, but not really how I can be beneficial to others. So I think it's really about like what the agendas that society pushes and stuff like that. Most people
Right.
don't go into it with the mentality that we were talking about of like adding value and stuff like that. But that's not also like you don't see that often. Like you don't see TikTok videos and stuff like that on how can you add value?
Right.
And how can you like it's all like negativity and stuff like that that's always being pushed out and especially all these like expectations and standards and just all different types of relationships. I'm not just talking about romantic
Right.
relationships, but it's just like, how you can, benefit from this and benefit from that, but like not how you can be beneficial,
Right.
right? So I think that's really what it is.
Right.
And real quick, shout out to Bree, man. She dropped a gem right here. She said, contributing something meaningful creates a ripple effect. It builds trust, strengthens connections, and opens doors to new opportunities.
Facts.
Come on, man. She used
Facts. That's a
AI to
bar.
type that out. That was a bar.
She hopped
That
on
was,
ChatGPT really quick and said,
come
"Hold
on,
up,
man.
how can I add value to this conversation?"
Nah, that's a bar, Bree. Shout out to you, man. Facts. It really does, though, man. It really does create like that ripple effect, man. It kind of keeps on moving. Um, but to circle back to what you said, DG, I think a lot of people kind of become like jaded a little bit throughout
Mm,
life. You know,
Hmm.
me and Z was talking about earlier is kind of like you can't even if somebody tries to randomly add value and you don't know what it is yet, we kind of like got the skeptical on us like,
right.
what's the catch? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
What's the catch? I think so. Most people kind of think that, especially like in a capitalist society, that people are naturally out to get them and they just got to get theirs. Like you got to get yours, but I got to get mine kind of situation.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people kind of might have just been put in situations where they might have been taken advantage of at a certain point, or you know what I mean. They wasn't valued where they were at. You know
Right.
what I mean. So I think it's like a lot of people kind of go into it like, well, if they're not gonna
Hmm.
value that, I gotta at least get what I can get out of it. You know what I mean. And
Right.
part of that is true. You gotta like value yourself enough to put like some type of value on what you do. But I think a lot of people don't see an immediate effect of adding value.
Hmm.
I
Right.
think that's one of the
That.
biggest things they don't see in immediate. It's because it's
Right.
not
Yep.
immediate sometimes.
Right.
If you
Right.
add value, it's not immediate, especially if you help them build something, if you
Right.
contribute in time, if you
Right.
putting money in the, whatever it is. We might not see that immediate, but like I
Hmm.
always tell people, sometimes how you're greeted when you come back in the door is is like a payoff in itself. Like you know what I'm saying, or how people talk about you when you're not in the room.
Yep.
You know
Right.
what I mean? That's that's sometimes adding value is that alone. You know what I mean? I remember
Right.
a specific moment where I had set up everything for Black Sands and I was making sure all the artists and the producers was getting paid. And I just walked into a studio session and I heard one of the producers that was on Black Sands with me talking about how I had set up it. Like he didn't
Right.
even know I was in there. But I just walked into him like, yo, my man Ramond, he had set up the whole, you know what I mean? He got all the back end together, made sure everybody was paid. He's definitely somebody you want to work with. I walk in, I hear him saying this, and I was just like, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? So you just
Hmm.
don't know how you're like what Bree was saying, that ripple effect, how it's moving through rooms that you're not in.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people don't see how it can be beneficial because it's
Right.
usually not beneficial
Right.
immediately. If you say I
Hmm.
got to get
Right.
mine and I pull mine
Right.
out right now, that's
Right. Right.
immediate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's kind of what I think it is on that, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's dope. I think you guys like killed it for sure. Because like that's a good point though. Most people don't see that what they're gonna get out of it right away, right? Because sometimes it
Hmm.
takes time. It doesn't happen right away. So based on that, people are just into it. Oh, for me, like what can
Yep.
I get out of this without thinking about the other person? And you see this a lot, right? When it comes to dating, right? Some women, they're all about me in the sense that I want a man to do this for me, do that for me, do this for me. You never hear,
Yeah.
oh, I want a partner that we can build together, that we
Hmm.
can work together. He might not have everything figured out yet. I'm willing to work with him so we both can build a team together. You never hear that,
Yep.
right? It's always about what can he get to me? He got to be this. He got to be making a certain amount. And most of the time, those people who are saying those things, they're not even like doing those things for themselves, right? It's like you want all
Facts.
these things,
Would that
but
would that one dude say you? Would that one dude say you not qualified, Queen?
it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, for me, it's like, why can you? I think their approach should be a little more different, right? How can we build, like, how can we make each other lives better instead
Yeah,
of just like me? Like,
yeah.
I want a person who can take care of me to give me a soft life. It's crazy.
Ah, shout out to everybody in their soft air. Shout out to everybody out there in their soft air, man. DG, you bring up a good point, man. I think a lot of people have unrealistic expectations, man. Because I think it's one thing to have a standard, right? You
Facts.
should
I
have
agree.
standards. Everyone should have standards.
For sure.
Facts.
But I think a lot of people just have unrealistic expectations or standards. Like, for instance, like you said, when it comes to dating, a woman's like, "Oh, my man got to be making at least $200,000 a year." I'm like, "Okay, well, what are you bringing to the table?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, I make 40,000 a year." Then it's just like, "All right, well, where, like, how is that even like a thing?" Like,
Right. Right.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have a standard, but
Right.
if the standard is that your man has to be making $200,000 and you only make $40,000 a year, I'm like, how,
Right.
like what, like,
Right.
so like you can't just be in this expect having this expectation to just take and take and take and not
Right.
give anything.
Right.
And I think that's what everybody's so fixated on taking, but
Right.
nobody focuses on giving.
Right.
It's like, what can you give? And everybody just, oh, I just want to take,
Right.
take, take. And
Right.
and it's because we're in the era, we talked about it earlier, of instant gratification. Everybody wants everything now. So it's just everybody just wants to take.
Right.
And the reason why is because people don't see the the benefit in building, right?
Right.
And building takes time.
Facts.
It's not instant. It's something that takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of patience just at the end of the day. And that's why, like Johnny said, man, the math got to be math. And honestly,
Right.
also, most times the math don't be math. And I'm like, bitch, like, bitch, like, what you mean?
You're a fool.
No, it's crazy. Like you said, it's true. Like nothing wrong when the guy that make more money, right? That's
There's
cool.
nothing wrong with
But
that.
my thing is at least come with that open mindset. Like I want to make this person a lot better, right? And then the place like most of the
Mm-hmm.
time you hear on social media is like it's all about just for be able to take me out, take me to Paris, take me to like, what? How are you gonna help this person elevate to the next level? It's all he's gonna do
Hmm.
is just focus on you and just cater to you like a baby. Like, how are you gonna add value to his life?
Hmm.
Do you think a person at
Hmm.
that status wants someone who is just gonna be a leech and
Yeah.
doesn't like add anything? And
Yeah.
same thing with guys, right? I know guys are like we have all these expectations too. We want a girl do this, do that. Come home and like cook, clean, do all these things, but you want her.
He's cutting out a little bit. I think you
Yeah, you
back now.
cutting out.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
like the same thing you want a guy be saying or something. You want a girl that come home, cook, clean, do all these things. Take care of the kids and all
Hmm.
that. But she want him. He wants her to like pay 50% of the rent.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Fact,
how? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
how you
facts.
adding value to her life
How?
when she's gonna come home and take care of the kids, cook for you, do all these things, and now she like contributing 50% of the rent. Like
Yeah.
how you making her life better and easier?
Yeah.
Like so. I feel like we get into these type of relationship. We don't think about the other person,
Hmm.
right? It's all about what can I get out of it. And I think with
Yeah.
that mindset, bro, I think that's why nowadays we're like struggling with a lot of things going on when it comes to like dating, relationship, business, because most people are not willing to like put in the work to like help that other person become better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you bring up a good point. I think a lot of people view relationships transactionally, right? And it's just like, I expect all this, this, and that. And out of this, because you give me this, I'm gonna give you this. That's a transaction. Like regardless of how you want to view
Yeah.
it, that's just how it is. And shout out to Mickey. He said she don't gotta have no money. Hey, anyone out here, any ladies out here looking for some simp activity, man, y'all know where to go, man. Because I'm not the one. I am not the one. I'm like, you gotta add some kind of value, man. She gotta have some of her own. Anyways, P, what you got to say?
Um, I think Mickey's full of shit. Nah, nah. Nah, I'm playing. To be honest, it's just it's value in general. I think we play so much like heat on just like the money piece of it, of like the specific number. The value is what's important. Is like what that is like if she wasn't making nearly as much, but she was like helping. Even if you were building a
Right.
$100,000 building business and she was helping you do invoices and shit like that, but what,
Facts.
she made 20,000 a year, but was like helping you get to your
Yeah.
100,000. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just the value in general. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So shout out Butterfly Wolf, man. Nothing like good, valuable kitty cat. That's facts. That's facts too. That's very much facts. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
look, that
Very
valuable
much
kitty
facts,
cat
man.
y'all gonna end up being broke over that valuable kitty cat, man. I'm telling
Right.
Come on, man. But I think as you get older, we just realize certain things just ain't enough as
you.
is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As you get older and you kind of, I think as you like start putting more value on yourself, you realize that you want people around you to be putting that value back into you, man. Like you said, you want that shit to be an exchange, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I think that's the only way you can really level up is if you adding value to each other, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? 1 + 0 is still one, bro. There's no, there's no exchange on the other side. It's like, you know what I mean? Are we making each other better at all? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
there is a piece that I did want to put into this, and we talked about it a little bit. But I remember I sat down with the CEO, bro. He dropped a gem on me that I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? And it was before PPP loans, but I always remembered it because he was like, he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, anybody. It was a CEO of this company. He was like, anybody that I hire, or if you always want to make sure that your value in, this is on the business side, but kind of in general. He was like, remember the three P's, man. And he was basically talking about, um, he said being punctual, and you said,
Right.
hey, the other P too. you know, nah, but he
That
said
valuable kitty cat, baby.
he said being punctual, right? Being productive and being positive, right? So being punctual meaning being on time, being productive, like when you're there, you going crazy, and being positive, like that attitude that you have when you do it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, if you those three, you gonna always have a spot anywhere you want to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that kind of just stuck with me is like, if for real, like if you was on that, if you was on those three, it's hard not to rock with somebody that's moving like that.
Right.
In any
Hmm.
case, bro, like you know what I'm saying, you're gonna respect somebody who respects your time and is there on time,
Yep.
that pulls up and they ready to get it. And then if you add the extra positivity on there, bro, like it's hard not to like respect or want that type of person around, no
Yeah.
matter what the situation is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just had to drop that on there, man.
Yeah. Shout out to that CEO for dropping them gems, man, because
Yeah,
that's gems. I need that PPP loan.
that PPP loan, man. Loan me out the PPP loan, man.
That's it. That's it.
But we was talking about this a little bit, so I want to ask everybody on here, man. Right? Talking about the three P's, right? If if everybody in here, if you was the CEO, right? If you was the CEO of your own company, and you was hiring somebody, and they could only have two of these P's, which one you going with? Which one?
Yeah.
Which one you
Yeah.
going with, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
If you could pick
If you only had to choose
two out of three of
two of
them,
the three, two of the three.
meaning if you positive productive, you ain't never on time.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? If you
I,
positive and punctual, then you ain't never productive. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
yeah,
That's a hard one, though. I mean, from a business standpoint, though, for me personally, I would say productive and positive. Because at the end of the day, once you're getting work done, to me, it doesn't matter. Damn, if
hey,
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're really on time. If you're gonna get it done, right? Like, I'm just gonna make sure that with that person, I'm like, hey, bro, just get it done. I know you're not gonna show up whenever I need you. Just get the work done. But he's a positive person, so I personally would pick productive and positive for sure. That's my top two.
Mickey said the Peter got juice. He said anything other than Peter got juice is extra. You know what I'm saying? That boy's a wild boy, man. I feel you.
That's
I feel you. I feel what you're saying though.
yeah.
But that means the person in your business, that means they're gonna have a fucked up ass attitude.
That, well, I
If they
mean,
not positive, but they gonna be productive and on time. You know what I
no, I
mean?
said no.
Wait,
I
did
said
you know
no. I
he
said
said productive
productive
and
and
positive.
positive.
Ah, did
Yeah.
Productive
you?
and positive.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
Okay,
what I
so they
said.
just
Yeah,
they show up
They just
whenever,
just
they
but
show
just
whatever.
Hey man, and ain't nothing worse, bro. Ain't nothing worse than African time, bro. African time is crazy, bro. Like you tell them to show up at 7 p.m. They ain't gonna show up till the next day. Like, oh my bad, I
Man,
thought like what?
you gotta trick them. You gotta trick them. Like tell them, say if you have the party, if the party's at 10, tell them that party's at 5. So you give them 5 hours to
So
prep,
five,
bro.
little buffer.
No buffer. And some of them might show up at 10:30 too. I'm just letting you know they might still be late.
Yeah.
But at least you give them like 5 hours to like figure it out, to change their outfit, do whatever they got to do.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's my top two though:
What you
productive
Yeah.
going to
and
see?
positive. Yeah,
Same. I'm going. I'm right there with it. I got to go positive and productive, man. Just because I think for me as a CEO of like my own business, I would be big, and I know we touched on this earlier. I would be big on creating a particular work environment, and that environment cannot have like no negativity in it, man. Like there's just no room for it, man. Like because
right,
granted, we've all encountered it, right? We've all been, especially being in corporate, right? Everyone's been around people who are hella negative. They
facts.
might be really good at their job, but they're hella negative, and it's just like they're like leeches, bro. Like they just like suck the good out of everything, bro. Like
Facts.
just every room that they in, every opportunity that they get, they just gonna be negative, and it just that shit can be so taxing, bro. So that being said, man, I got to go with positive and productive because like my people, I want like because I think if you create a positive work environment, people too, right? People want to show up and people want to be there to work.
Right,
Like people like being in a good environment and
right,
also being productive. Man, you can't run a successful business and not be productive.
right,
I don't care what business it is. You can just not be productive. Like that's crazy. So
right.
I think I think punctuality is important, and shout out to Ray because Ray tapped in. He said, positive and productive, but punctual when it matters. I think punctuality is
Right.
important at times, right? Like if we're meeting a client at
Yeah.
10 a.m., everybody needs to be there at
You
9:45,
can you can
right?
show up at midnight.
So if you got Africans in your job and you need them to be there at 10 a.m., tell them they got to be there at 4. Tell them they got to be there at 4, and they'll,
Hey, you
they'll be
start
there right
hitting
on
on them
time, baby.
Africans, bro.
If you need black people to be on time and they need to be there at 10 a.m., you need to tell them to be there at 7.
Start hitting on us, man.
Hey man, I hate to sound like a broken record, man, but I agree, man. There's some people that's they energy so bad that
Right.
it just fucks up everything around. Like it fucks up other people's like
Right.
the other person that is positive, you damn near messing
Hmm.
with him now. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like you so negative. The only thing that I would say is like it depends on the job though, right? Too, right?
Right.
Like if you're saying Z, like if we talking about like maybe if we talking about Be Easy's job and he got a
Hmm.
client and he says like, yo, we gonna be there at 7 to pick up your stuff. If you get there at 9:45, you know what I mean? That changes the whole like
Yeah.
how you gonna be productive if you miss the window.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's tough to pick. I say like I'm on your side with positive
Right.
and productive, but there's some jobs that you know that you gonna need that you gonna need that punctual look,
Yeah.
man, because it's like
Facts.
how like you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like for real, if the person was here ready for you to do the work at 7
Right.
and you
Yeah.
Yeah.
pull up at 10,
On
it's like
African time.
Yeah.
you pull up at
Hey,
10, bro. They
hey, be
like, bro,
easy. Be easy. Don't hire no Africans, man. That's what he's saying.
So I got to go positive and productive, but that
It's
punctuality is important,
Yeah.
man. If you can find a way to be all
right.
these, you're gonna be golden, man. You're gonna be
Three
golden
P's.
Yeah.
No,
for real,
it's
man.
crazy though, because my first answer was like productive and punctual, right? Because after careful consideration, I'm like, damn, man, I don't know if I want to work with a negative person, someone who is like,
Can't do it.
I'd rather that person not be on time, than someone who's just negative and always like toxic. You're around him, you're not happy.
Yeah,
Just come in late, come in whenever, and be positive and be productive. So
facts.
Yeah.
I think I have to
Go
go with
crazy when
that.
you get here, man. Go
Yeah,
crazy when you get here.
just go crazy. Like I know you might not show up late. I know you might not show up on time, but when you're here, you're gonna put in that work. Then that
Yeah,
person
That's
who
it.
come
That's
here
it.
and they are productive, but they are like, if you ask them questions, they're like salty, like angry, like they just lost their dog, some shit like that. It's just that's not a good environment. Because we've been there before. I worked with people who wasn't so great, and it didn't really bother me, but I wasn't looking forward to going to work. It's not
yeah,
like I was looking forward to going
Yeah.
out. Like, oh, they're gonna
Yeah.
be there again.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like here
damn.
we go. here
Yeah.
we go,
Here we
man.
go
You know what I'm
Yeah,
again.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
we all know I call them vampires, man. They suck the life out of everything, bro. Like it's just like, bruh, like come on, man. But Be Easy, you bring up a good point. So this is a question for Be Easy. Which two of the three P's are you choosing in your line of business? You know, because we obviously chose positive and productive, but which ones are you choosing? I'm curious.
I do like what he said with that though. Respecting time is a part of respect
Yeah,
in general. Like I do
agree.
feel that I feel like I learned that like as I got older in life. Like I was a dude that was always 10 to 15 minutes late, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, and Z always used to put me on it too. Is like like it is a sign of respect.
Fact.
Like
I
being like
agree.
respecting somebody's time. It's like if they got there 15 minutes early and you got there 15 minutes late, it's really a 30-minute gap. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
the truth is, it's really just the respected time. Like they had something to do before that too. They just
Right.
Hmm.
respected the time enough to make sure they got there early. You know what I'm saying? They put
Yep.
their keys up, you know, iron their clothes the night before, or whatever it is, whatever like held you up in the morning, they just thought ahead on it. You know what
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean? Because they respected the time more. So I do, as I got older, I started respecting that. Like I try to like, you know what I'm saying? Like if we say we doing it at this
Right.
time, that means something. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right. What's the easy answer? For some reason, I'm having a hard time seeing comments
He
again.
said
He said
he just
positive
hit. He
and
just said
productive,
Oh.
positive and
but
productive as well, but tell people the first day my pet peeve is people being late. I feel
Right.
that. I feel
yeah,
Right.
that. On the first day, like, you know what I
yeah.
can't stand, y'all? You know what I mean?
I know you're positive and everything, man, but you could be
Nah,
laughing
facts.
over there all day. You gotta be on time.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
facts, man.
agree. I think it's important. I think you see that in the business world, right? Because at the end of the day, if you have a client at 1 p.m., you got to be there at 1 p.m. Because if you're not there, if you at 1:30, then that client's not happy, right? So you see that in the business world, they respect time. Like if
Yeah,
you say 1 p.m., you got to be there at 1 p.m.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, maybe that person might have another meeting at like 2 o'clock. So him being 15 minutes late gonna like mess up the entire schedule for that day.
yeah.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
I remember Z. Remember we was in Vienna and we was like 30 minutes late to the studio session. And we was working with Telix, man, and he was pissed. He was pissed when we got there. We was like, it's only 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But like to him, he like, man, I got a session after, man. I was here early. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Right.
saying? He was just like, man, you guys just told me you was gonna be here at this time. I just was expecting that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it just, you know, it sits with you, bro. That
Yeah,
shit is it's
Yeah.
disrespect,
it
bro.
is.
Like he opened the shop early for us to come in, to come record in Vienna, and you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? He was gonna record us for free. You know what I mean? And you know, we was late, you know what I'm saying? And it was
Yeah.
just like, you know, sometimes you can't help it, but more times than not you can. You know what I mean? I was talking to somebody about this and they were like, you know, I was telling them like there's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to be late just because something comes up. So on the
Right.
times when you don't have to be late, try not to be. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because there's gonna be that one time it's a real emergency. But if you late all the time, then it's a real emergency. It's like, bro, this is just what you
Right.
do.
Hmm.
Very
It's
true.
not like a one time thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you a prime example. I hate going to the damn barber shop and having to wait. You there at 5 and you gotta wait 40 extra minutes. Like, bro, my appointment was for 5, but the person who was before you was late. So like that throws
Right.
off the whole shit, bro. I I hate that, bro. Like that's one of my pet peeves is when I show because I typically always show up on time for my haircut.
Right.
And I can't stand when somebody's still in the chair and I'm like, yo, I know I'm gonna have to sit here for another 40 minutes just to wait for this motherfucker to get their
Right.
haircut. I can't stand that shit. But shout out to uh shout out to Moody Vermella because she said punctual and positive. She said you have to show up to work to do something, but I can train you how to be productive. Um,
Mm.
so I like that answer. I like that answer.
Because
I
you kind
do.
of could set standards when they get there, right? Like this is the standard I need you to hit. I need you to move in boxes. I need you to meet this many boxes.
They're like, nah.
Mhm.
Interesting take. That's
They're
an
like,
interesting
nah.
take.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Nah, I'm gonna have a good energy, but I'm on time, man. I'm 10 minutes early, baby.
Nah, you can try and train them to be productive. You'll train them on how to be productive. They ain't gonna be productive though. They like if they go is to meet 100 boxes per hour. They like shit. I'll give you about
I
27.
give you,
I can give you
you know,
about a solid
what's
27. Goddamn.
what's
I'm
my
bringing
ramp
them
up
by.
goals? What's you know
I
I'm
can
gonna bring
I
them
can maybe
by.
work up my way to 100 by like the end of the
what I'm
year.
saying?
You know,
Yeah,
but
man. lighten up a little bit, you
Right.
know.
Like, oh, like why so serious?
I'm
Like,
here, I'm here, I'm here early. You know what I mean? I beat you
you gonna
here.
catch
You know,
you gonna catch Steve's vibes though. Like, hey, good looking. Put a
Right. That's
smile on that
funny.
face of
yeah.
yours. Put a
Right.
smile on that
It,
face.
I
it
like what
reminds me of, go
my bad. I
ahead,
just
go ahead,
wanted
Ramon.
to say, well, I like what Be Easy said. He said I completely understand my old job's tripping, and I think we all kind of can when you think
Yeah.
about it from the other
Right.
side of it. Like if you was the boss, we always look at like they was always on me because of this, but we never look at what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
Yeah.
coming in late, you on the phone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like those. If I think if I don't really know any like managers. Well, you know, there's some assholes and that by nature, but most managers when they start picking who's their favorites, it's probably because they Z's three for
Right.
real. It's just like they're positive to be around. They're productive when they're there and they on time. If you
Right.
do
Hmm.
those three things, it's like you know what I'm saying. There's some managers that still gonna pick at you just because that's how they are,
Right.
but for the most part. That's how you stay off the
Right.
radar, you know
Yeah.
what I mean, and move up. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
So I get it too. I get how my old jobs was
Yeah.
tripping for certain. You know what I'm saying?
Why
You
they
know,
always tripping, bro?
yeah, I tripping every day, bro. I'm only 20 minutes late, bro. Seriously, seriously.
I just had a
It's
You know,
just what,
45 minute.
just like
20 minutes,
Johnny said.
bro.
Did somebody die though? Did somebody?
Come on,
Nah,
nobody
you all
died,
right?
bro.
Y'all all right?
Come on,
Y'all
man.
good, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But you
What
got
was
to
you saying,
think.
DJ?
No, I was just gonna talk about, you remember back in college when you have a group project and there was certain person who just never contribute anything, bro. You guys would go to the library, they won't even try to do anything. It's like,
Nothing.
damn. So I'm just thinking about that being at work, having that co-worker, right? And then
Yeah.
you have a group, you guys work in a group and just like never contribute. You got to be the one to do everything. I think it's draining. So that's why for me,
Yeah,
productivity matters, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
yeah,
be late, but once you're there, just do the work. So I
Yeah.
remember like certain people, man, group project, they would never do anything. They would just sit there, like, oh yeah, did you guys figure it out? Okay, sounds good. I'm like,
yeah,
bro, like, what are you here for? Like,
yeah,
leave. And then
yeah. It don't even
those are the
matter if
people
you
like
here
you,
early because you ain't gonna
right?
do. Yeah, it's not even.
You
Yeah, we're not even worth it.
you don't want that person on your team because at the end of the day, they're just gonna like you know that you're gonna do all the work. You
Yeah.
know that you're gonna be doing everything, so you don't want those type of people on your team. You're always looking for the person who is killing it, right? That's why I don't know. For me, especially in class, when I was trying to like form a study group, I always look at like, how did you do in the last exam? I'm not trying to form a study group with somebody who got a D. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Hey,
I'm
I'm at this
sorry.
point. I'm a tutor. I'm a tutor at
Right.
this point. I'm not. It's not a study group.
True. People try to play you like that. Oh, yeah, that's from a study group. Why did you go to last exam a D? Like, how am I supposed to like be better when you got a
Nah,
D? No,
I don't want to do
no.
anything you did on that last one for sure.
So for me, I was always looking for the people who got an A plus, the B plus. At least at the end of the day, I was like, we can like help each other out. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I want to be better. So I know that you're gonna put in work too. I'm gonna be willing to put in work. But that person who got a D, they're not really gonna do a whole lot, man. I mean, that's,
Facts.
Hey,
yeah,
they gonna give you the vibes
they're
though,
gonna give you
man.
the vibe for sure.
They're gonna definitely come with the vibes, man. You know what I'm
Y'all gonna
saying?
be studying. They're
Yeah,
gonna
if
be
y'all
talking
need
about
a
parties and
shot
all
before you
that
get
stuff.
started, you know what I'm saying? Fire ass playlist, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
I mean, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do need the vibes. I ain't gonna
Nah,
lie. Because thinking
you
about it,
do.
man, in college, I was like, other day, I was like, bro, I should have been more focused, man. I should have like study harder. And I was like, nah. But the vibe, the people
Mm,
around me was dope, and I turned out pretty fine.
Yeah, bro.
So
yeah.
I'm glad that
I
I
know
filtered
people
it
that miss
out.
their whole college experience being too. Yeah, I don't know. It's saying being too focused, but man, you gotta have to
I was
live
too
certain not piece of
right,
that too, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. You got to. It's certain people that just went through all the college and just was only in the books. You had great grades on paper, but if we
right,
applied for the same job and I applied with a B average and you had an A plus, that didn't matter. We both got the same
right,
degree, you
Yeah.
know.
right,
What I'm saying?
right,
And I
Yep.
had a lot more fun. I had a lot more
Yep.
fun. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So, so.
So yeah, I think now I'm looking back like, man, I'm glad I took the right path, because I had a good time, I had good friends, and then I did pretty good.
Yeah.
So it turned out pretty good.
Shout out to Be Easy, man. He just dropped a gym, and for anybody in here too, he said I just discovered a real life gym called Udemy. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's $30 a month for pretty much unlimited learning courses
Yeah,
about
I
everything.
heard about it. Yeah,
That's fine.
Okay,
Is
and I definitely
it kind of like a is it kind of like master class?
no, it's like an
probably it's
online course thing. I heard someone talking about it, but I never really
Hmm.
delve into like actually understand about it. Yeah, one of those
So
website, yeah, that you can like pay, have like tutors for like different subjects and stuff you're interested in. Is that what it
That's
is? Be
fire.
easy. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I've
It's,
heard
it,
of
it
it.
sounds like masterclass, but masterclass is a lot more than $30 a month.
Yeah, how much is
Well,
it?
actually,
Like,
fact, heavy.
not
It's
actually.
just probably per
It might.
class, right?
Nah, I think actually masterclass is an annual thing. Actually, now I think about it. Hold up. Masterclass might be. I forgot what masterclass. I don't know if anybody's familiar, but masterclass subscription.
yeah, I can see the comment, but for
Yeah.
some reason, yeah, I
He
don't.
said it's
Can't,
he said it's experts teaching videos instead of watching a million different videos on YouTube. It's like experts teaching it, which is dope,
yeah,
man. Because I mean, it always is. It's always worth. And shout out to that too, man. Because that's a concept. It took me like a long time because I I'm frugal in some areas, but it started just being like invest in things that can expedite the process or make things smoother or more convenient. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That $30 can, even if the same information is on YouTube, but it's
right,
throughout 45 videos. If you could pay $30 and get it in one, all that you need,
right,
specific questions in one video, it's worth
right,
it, bro.
right.
It's
Yeah,
worth the time. Sometimes you can get your time back by investing in yourself. So
yeah,
shout out to that.
And
yep.
also, what I want to say is like one of the main reasons for I think the reason why YouTube blew up is like also value, right? Because I feel like on YouTube, one of the
Yeah,
first site that you can like learn almost anything. If you have like if you know have a question you're struggling, you can just go on YouTube and search. You actually see videos and someone actually doing the demonstration. Oh, this is how you figure it out.
Hmm.
This is how you
yeah,
set it up. And most it was like valuable, and that's why you see like channels and stuff on YouTube was blowing up because it's kind of like added more value to like people's lives.
Yeah,
Those are the
yeah.
things that I feel like is kind of what we're talking
I'm
about
going
today.
always watch somebody that is giving value in their videos versus somebody who's just giving a lifestyle in their videos.
yeah,
Like, yo, this is how I'm
Right.
living. Good morning, y'all. This is, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
This is the mansion. Like, nah, show me what you got. You show me what you got moving. Show me what you
right.
got.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Teach me something.
yeah.
I'm going to always mess with those. And I think more people naturally will gravitate to being able to learn something from it. I think when
Right.
you talk about earn your leisure and brands like that, you know what I mean? Really being able to take from,
Right.
watching
Yep.
their videos and learn something. I think that's, when you
Hmm.
add that value, somebody's going to eventually pay you some way. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
I'm a firm believer in that. You give somebody enough value, and they'll eventually pay you in some way.
Hmm.
For sure.
I mean, that's what anything, man. Because in the day, if you can make someone's life better, help solve a problem. If you look at most businesses, though, that's pretty much what businesses are doing. Like Amazon, right? It makes delivery a lot easier, quicker, right? If you order something before, like it used to take like 5, 6 days. Now you have Amazon Prime. They're gonna be over
Yep.
there in the next day. So if, let's say if you have a vacation plan, you can have whatever you order within 2 days and have that item with you on your vacation. So those things
Yep.
like making other people's life easier, and I see how you see brands and things are growing, and I think being a person of value, I think how you get more friends and people to love and care about you is just like try to make other people's lives better. Your friends, like how can you help them become better?
Yeah.
It's all
Hmm.
it shouldn't just be about what am I getting out of it. And most of the time, I
Yeah.
think most friendships people are just like just want to take out of it. And the reason why I feel like for my friend group, bro, like it's amazing because at the end of the day, we all learning from each other. We
Hmm.
inspire each
Hmm.
other. We teach each other different things. It's always like it's going in circle. We're sharing knowledge. We're helping each other become better. And those are the thing I think those are the people you want to be around. People who
Yeah.
are actually going to make your life better. Because if you're trying to like elevate and move to that next level, you need people around you that are going to contribute valuable things into your life. Like lessons, like bro, this is I wouldn't move that way. Do things a little different. Sometimes like you might not want to hear those things because of our ego and someone else is telling you not to do certain things.
Facts.
But at the end of the day, at the end, those things help to like make you become better, like mentally too. You learn from those things. You might not agree with it right away, but if you're by yourself, you're like, you know what? Z was kind of right on that. Ramon was kind of right on that. You learn from those things. But if you're just having people around you who are not like adding any value, they just like agree with you, whatever you say. At the end of the day, they're not helping you to become that
Mm-mm.
person that you should be.
Mm-mm. No, nothing worse than a yes man or yes woman. Like just, I can't stand it. Honestly, it's one of my biggest pet peeves, man. It's just people who are just there to just be there. Like you
Right,
literally just existed. Like that's
right,
it. Like we said earlier, the older we get, man, the more I just want to be around valuable people. My time is valuable. I know the people around me, their time is valuable, and so why would we not want to contribute to each other's lives in a better way, right? Why
right,
would we not want to expand on each other's, mindsets and push boundaries and want to just uplift one another. And shout out to Be Easy too, man. He said he said it well. No gatekeeping, man. We're not
Right.
gatekeeping anything.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're here to share knowledge and here to share experiences, share any types of gems or whatever it is that we can do to help one another. Because at the end of the day, we all go through something, man. We
Right.
all try to figure it out one day by day, one day at a time. Even the people with the most money in the world don't got it all figured out, and
Right.
and that's when you really learn that. That's when you really understand like what life is about, because you can have all the money in the world and still be unhappy,
Right.
still be lonely, right? Like I'm sure like a lot of those people are lonely as hell, and it's just there is no cheat code to life. We all just figuring it
Right.
out, man. But at the end of the day, I think what makes this group so unique and why I value us so much is being that we're all so
Right.
selfless. And I think we touched on that earlier. It's just that's something that is just truly invaluable and something that I'll hold near and dear to my heart. Each and every one of these people that's on this live right now, I care about, man. And it's just I genuinely loved to feed into each and every one of y'all, because I know at the end of the day you're gonna reciprocate that right back,
Right.
and vice versa. And we're gonna continue to feeding into one another, and that's what it's all about, man. It's rare, but it seems like I think we need to talk about that a little bit more. We normalize it because it's so normal to us, like
Right.
the fact that we have access to this. But
Oh,
this is
facts.
rare.
Right.
There aren't a lot of people and a lot of friend groups who shake and move this particular way. So
Bro,
that
boy.
is something. It's no because we bomb, right? So like being bomb is just like it's so every day. But it's just like hey man, not everybody can be bomb is what I'm saying.
Right.
There's a lot of people who ain't bomb out there. So we gotta take that into consideration is what I'm saying.
Child, bro. Now I gotta double down on what you said on the people in here, bro, because we talked about that even off camera, bro, about how like like valuable the people even are, like this the circle that we have, like even extended. Like so it's like,
Mhm.
we're on here every week, but whoever pops in on here every week, they be the same type of people.
Right.
They be like,
Yeah.
we would by even name, I gotta say them, man, Bree, Moody, Be Easy, Marco, Mickey. You know what I'm saying? These are like people that's like add value on the, you know what I'm saying? We joke a
Mhm.
lot, we have good vibe. I think we all kind of are had the three P's,
Right.
but these are actual people that I'm like, man, I'm like lucky to know these people.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And when you have people around you like that, it makes it easier to give too. It's like I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to see people win. I want to see me win. This is like it's a even exchange. I get the
Right.
same thing from y'all that I want to be able to give back. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
easy to me. So I realize. I mean, it's like I always realized it, but just more and more lately, man, a little bit more every day, I be realizing, bro, like, man, I am grateful to have this circle around me
Yeah.
because not everybody has it, and a lot of people don't even know they don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, like I said,
Hmm.
and just extended salute to everybody who popping in here every week, man.
Right.
I
Yeah.
do not take that for granted, bro. Just to even to know y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Fact.
it's
There's so
love,
there's
man.
so much there's so much value in this group and
Right.
the people that we know and have
Right.
access to, that is crazy. Just like we touched on earlier, you want to add so much value that your absence is felt, right? And
Right.
God forbid, we were just talking about it, like last week because my homie Cruz just passed, but it's just like God forbid if any one of us like tragically pass or whatever, like the ripple effect of
Right.
like what that would be, man, and just like how much that person would be missed and like all the
Right.
value. And so that's why I think it's a huge piece to go out and extend those sentiments of how you feel about people too,
Right.
because you may not get the opportunity to do that again. And so
Right.
that's why we're taking this moment to just really like step take a step back and just like let everybody know, give everybody their flowers right now. Anyone
Right.
who's on here, man, right now, got nothing but love for you,
Right.
man, and just we appreciate y'all. Y'all all the three P's, man. Y'all positive. Maybe not the most punctual, but y'all gonna be productive. Goddamn it, y'all gonna be productive. y'all gonna be productive. So salute to y'all, man. We
Yeah. And
salute to
Mickey is
y'all.
not the most punctual
Hell
either.
no.
We fight about it all the time. Because I'm more punctual. You're like, bro, I'm going to try like, no, come on, bro, be on time. We
Hey,
fight
but he
about that
makes
all the time.
he makes up to it for it in positivity
No,
though.
He
that's
does.
it.
Mickey got a one in a kind vibe right there,
he
boy,
boy.
he brings the
boy,
vibes for sure. He brings the
boy.
vibes.
he
Oh, man. He makes up for it in that for
Hey,
sure.
he
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 like
go he
I
go.
could be late because this vibe,
He said, I ain't gonna be punctual, but we gonna party though. That
Yeah,
he gonna bring in the
yeah.
other P. I'm
Swap
the
that out.
party.
hey,
We gonna
Yeah,
swap that punctual out for
I know.
party.
Hey,
He gonna
bow
bathe you in some
down.
in
Party.
some tequila.
come on, man.
He gonna do
Yeah,
he
we
gonna
seen the video. He the real champagne poppy. You know what I'm saying? We
that boy
seen the
bathing in
video.
tequila and throwing stacks. He gonna make it rain in the club and shit, but he ain't gonna be on time.
He's not gonna be
You know
on
what I'm saying? But
time.
when he
That's one
gets
thing for
there, it's up.
sure.
Just know that. You know
But
what I'm saying?
it's up, man.
He
It's
gonna bring
up.
the vibe.
And
But
it's
it's
stuck. It's up and it's stuck.
Oh,
That's it. That is it, man.
no, I think it's a good thing, man. Just like for me, it's like just staying away from people who like. For me, at this point in my life, man, the people I want to be around, people that I am inspired by, people that are doing things I admire, right? If and no disrespect, but if you're broke, if you're a grown man in your 30s and you're broke, and you're not trying to find ways to not be broke, you're not gonna be my friend, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be around people who are always in that scarcity mindset, right?
Hmm.
Who are not trying to look for ways to grow and improve their lives. So right now, yeah. So for me, it's like I'm looking for people that we can like elevate one another. We can like inspire one another. We can teach
Hmm.
each other something. So at this point in my life, I'm done with like just being friends with people just for the
Yeah.
sake of it. You know,
Yeah.
like because I know what I bring to the table. It's like you know what he brings to the table. I bring the vibes. You know, I bring
That's it, man.
positivity. I bring everything. So at the end of the day, I want someone who's able to like reciprocate whatever I'm gonna like bring. So now I'm more strategic. You know, because at the end of the day, like we are in the building stage, right? So you know, relationship, friendship, those are the people I need in my life who have that same mindset. Because it's easier, man. Because like I realize when I talk to you, bro, I'm inspired, right? Because I'm working on this, I'm doing this, I'm inspired. It makes me like, oh, damn, if he's doing that, I need to step my game up. And
Yeah.
I believe that's what it's all about, right? People that can help you grow in some way, shape, or
Yeah.
form. It doesn't always have to be financially. It can be like, you know, he inspired me to like, you know, go to church. He inspired me to like read the Bible. He inspired me to be better overall. I think those are the things that we need in our life,
Yeah.
bro. So if you're broke, stay away. We
be easy,
No,
be easy. Put it. He put it in the hashtag. He said no brokies.
no brokies. Hashtag no
Signed
brokies.
by Daisy,
I
and
know
you know.
something like that, man.
But you,
But
but you,
at the end of the day,
but you said it right though. Like it's just like even the want to add value.
Yeah.
You know
right.
what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
saying.
It's
Want
like
to.
what like it's hard to be closely connected with people that just don't even want to add
Right.
no value in your life. Like you don't even want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
Hmm.
like you know you might not be able to in certain ways
Correct.
at the time, but if you don't even want to, it is hard to be cool with people like that. You
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't even want to see me
Right.
do. Like you don't even want to
Right.
help me win, or you know what I
Right.
mean? That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Those are the
So
people who are just
Yeah.
always envious, bro. Whenever they see you succeed, you know,
Yep.
like they just assume that you're trying to brag or boast about it. You know, they're like, "Damn, you try." You know, 'cause at the end of the
Hmm.
day, I believe like when you're on a certain level, you don't hate the other, you don't like envy the other person because you know, like I can do that too. You know, like you are inspired. But I feel like people who are in a scarcity mindset, whenever they see you shining a little bit, bro, they just assume that you're trying to flex,
Yep.
and that
yeah.
creates envy, and they're not like showing you support. They're not showing you love no more. It's more like animosity towards you.
Hmm.
And those are like at this stage, man, we need people that I can call and celebrate. Hey, bro, I just bought a G wagon. Like, damn, bro,
Hell
work
yeah,
harder.
bro.
Not like be
Hey, good
mad.
shit, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
come
bro.
pick me up, man.
Hey,
Let's
come
take a
pick me
spin
up
real
though.
quick.
I need you to pick me up.
Yeah,
We gonna ride around
hey,
together. We gonna celebrate
bro,
together.
Come on, man.
Hey, we gonna pick up Mickey too, because Mickey gonna
hey,
pop bottles. So
right.
let's keep this thing going, man.
You know, those are the people you need around, bro. Like, you know, I just got this things going on. We excited, but like, damn, bro, that's dope, man. Like, well, cause Be Easy, like you know, I on his Facebook, he posted, bro, I just hit 100K or whatever mark for my business. I'm like,
That's
dope, bro.
fire.
Like,
Good
launch is
shit,
on
Yeah.
bro.
you.
Good
Hell
shit. I
yeah.
seen him
Hell
too.
And
yeah.
you like, I
Good
got
Yeah,
you,
shit,
man.
man.
bro. Those are the
Yeah,
people that
man.
those are the people we need in our circle, man. Celebrate one another, not be envious because my boy just hit 100K. You know what I'm saying? Like, celebrate him, like be
Yeah.
inspired by him. Because if he can do that, you can do that too.
I
You know,
think
Yeah.
like don't hate, show
people
love.
don't understand what just happened when you got a homie that hit that mark, that benchmark. You got a homie next to you that knows exactly how to make $100,000 now. You
Resource
don't
right
even
there, connect.
think you're not even people be thinking like, oh, he got it, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, and it's like it's really about
Right,
themselves, and when you that
right,
envious shit, but you're not thinking like what you got a
right.
resource of a homie that knows how to make $100,000 on a business, exactly how he
Facts.
could tell you, and probably will if it's you know what I'm saying, he'll
Right.
probably will tell you if it's the homie,
Put
you
you
know what
on
I mean.
game.
So I think people
Right,
don't really look at their friends like resources, you know what I'm
right.
saying,
Yeah.
and and don't look at themselves like a
Yeah,
resource. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
yeah.
So yeah,
I
bro.
think more than anything, confidence can be intimidating to a lot of people who just aren't
Mm.
confident. Like at the end of the day, broke is a mindset, and a lot of
Right.
times people are just projecting how they feel inside. They not
Right.
happy for you because you got a G wagon because they ain't
Right.
got it. So it's like
Right.
I ain't got
Yeah,
it. So how can I be happy
yeah,
for you? You know. So like
Right.
nah, you know. But at the end of the day, I think when you're secure and when you're happy with who you are, regardless of where you're at in life, it's natural and it's easy to be happy for people and like
Right.
genuinely just like show up for people because it's like yo, hell yeah. Like we said earlier, at the end of the day, we all know our time is coming.
Fact.
Regardless, if my homie's time comes first,
Fact.
bet I'm gonna
Right.
be there to support him
Right.
each and every moment through that. Because at the end of the day, I know my time is gonna come. Like at the end of the day, I have the mindset if one of us wins, we all win. You know, because
Right.
at the end of the day, just like we said, you're a resource now. Like,
Yeah.
bro, can you like show me? I'm not saying I want to go and open, you know,
Right.
a junk removal business, but like, can
Right.
you teach me how to apply this to my own business and how to
Right.
be successful? Type shit,
Right.
you know. So a lot of people just don't think in that way, and it's just crazy, you know. But like I said, that's why I can't say it enough. I don't take this group and these people around us for
Right.
granted because it's just like we know some dope ass people.
Right.
They late,
Effective
they
tomorrow.
late, but they dope as hell though.
Right. Effective tomorrow. No brokies. Effective tomorrow.
No brokies, baby.
Effective tomorrow. My mantra for October going forward. No brokies.
No
boy said
brokies, baby.
No
that boy said
brokies.
Q Hall, New York coming
You all New
soon.
York, hey
I
man,
know they need some junk removal
boy,
in New York, boy.
man. Oh,
Yeah, they do.
junk removal
I
will
know.
go crazy in New York, boy. Boy, boy, man.
Boy, man,
Yo,
boy, man,
yo,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
could
Start
make a
hiring now,
killing out
brother.
there, boy. Like right now, like right now. Jesus, we need, please come. Like, yes.
The show, fellas. I think this is a good spot here, man. Y'all got any like big additions to add towards the end of it,
Yeah,
man?
man. I would say, it's about to be a new month. Still on that grind. I know a lot of us had goals and stuff we were trying to accomplish by the end of this year. Some of us are still struggling. We didn't hit that, that exact amount we were trying to reach still.
That boy should be at 750K right now, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. But
if,
that one thing I want to say that it's good to like set these unrealistic goals
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, it makes you work a lot harder, right? So let's say if your goal is like 1 mil, right? If you don't achieve that, at least what if you even just made 100K or
right.
200K?
yeah,
You already done a lot, so I think it's good to set these big goals. But however, man, we still have time. It's 3 more months left. All right, three.
yeah. Three
All right, three
That's a
months.
more
fact,
months.
man.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you can still do a lot, man. A lot can change. You can still like build that discipline again here. Like for me, like I was off track a little bit because of my knee surgery, while your boy's feeling good. So I'm gonna go
hmm
back, get back in the gym again, just go hard, man. So that's kind of that's it, man. Add value into your life and add value to your friends, man. People around you, your relationship, your business. Be a person of value. Just try to be better
yeah.
every day. And
Be
it doesn't always have to be something big, man. It doesn't always have to be,
Yeah,
we're talking
mm-mm.
about not being broke, but like sometimes just like you being positive, that value. You being fun,
that's
that's
hmm
value.
value, right?
hmm
Just be that kind person. That's value to someone. That's
Yep.
adding value to someone else's life.
Knowing yourself, man.
Yeah,
Being yourself. Being genuine all the
for
time, man,
sure.
and just being selfless, man. Show up for your people, man. And so that being said, just want to give another salute to Be Easy, man. Shout out for hitting 100K, you know, on the year. You know, Q Hall junk removal, man, doing big things out there in Colorado, man. Love to see it. You know, 100,000 en route to 1 milli. You know, that's gonna
10x
be the
that,
next
baby. 10x. That's
10x
it.
that, man. Can't wait to see it happen. You know, so shout out. And shout out to everybody on here again, man. I know we've been saying it for like the last 10 minutes, but I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for, you know, just being y'all. Continue to add the value because it's not even a matter of if we bring value, right? We all know this is an invaluable group. All of y'all are extremely valuable in your own unique ways. So just continue to be valuable. I'm not saying to go out and find it because you've already found it. Whatever it is that's valuable within yourself, just continue to be that, you know. So I appreciate y'all.
For sure.
Facts, man. I gotta echo it, man. Shout out to everybody here for continually tapping in. But like I said, y'all inspire me too, man. You know what I mean? I think all of us are people of value. So you just want those type of people around, man. So, you
hmm
know. something to keep in mind, bro. Always focus on what you can give and not just what you can get out here, man. If you're watching, you know what I mean? Be a person of value out here. Let's get it.
For
That's it,
sure.
man.
All right,
All right,
fellas.
y'all.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, y'all be easy, man.